Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about how to deal with information overload in information age. We are now in an era when information is exploding. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by information around that looks everywhere? Email, social network, text messages, etc. Alvin Toffler introduced the idea of information overload to the public in 1970. In his book Future Shock, he refers to information overload as a follow-on to sensory overload. Our environment, cell phones, laptops, TVs, and other advanced technologies, all throwing sensory on us. Eventually, our brain got confused and we feel overwhelmed. Research also indicates that too much information can hurt our ability to think. According to an article in Harvard Business Review, people take an average of 25 minutes to return to a work task after interrupted by an email. Ringing phones and emails alert lower people's IQ by 10 points. So, how can we deal with information overload in this information age? Filters are powerful tools that we can use to combat information overload. The internet scholar Clay Shirky says, "There's no such thing as information overload. There's only filter failure." David Weinberger mentioned the difference between old-fashioned filter and the modern filter is that old-fashioned filter is filtering out. Librarians and editors of journals can decide what information is published, whereas new filters is filtering forward. For example, Yelp pushed restaurants with higher rank and popularity to the top. The filter function on Gmail can help users select email they are interested. Unlike old filters, in new filters, the unselected information is not removed, ready to be selected by filters of other people. The ability to differentiate credible and useful information from the other information has been increasingly important when facing information overload. Sarah Blakeslee proposed 5 criteria, CRAAP, CRAAP, for us to evaluate information. C stands for currency. We want to ask, when is information published or posted? Has information updated or revised? R stands for relevance. We need to check who is the intended audience of this information, and does the information relate to your study? The first A is authority. We need to check who is the author of or the source. Is the author an expert in the field? The second A is accuracy. We need to check whether the information has been peer-reviewed. Do they provide evidence for their claims? P stands for purpose. We need to ask, who is the purpose? What is the purpose of the information? Is it fact, opinion, or propaganda? Media contributes most of the information we received. However, there's many fake news that mislead the public. So how to use information from media become critical. Dan Gillmor proposed several principles when dealing with information from media in his book, Mediactive, and I find 2 of them pretty useful. One is be skeptical. We shouldn't take for granted what we read, and we should always actively question the reliability of the information. The second is open your mind. Dan Gillmor says, try to see the views of another perspective. Don't just read the news from the same media. By using CRAAP and Gillmor's principle, we should be able to tell the useful and credible information from misleading one, such as fake news. For example, Vanessa, Otero, a scholar from Colorado, created a media bias chart here to help the public differentiate news from propaganda machine. We can apply Dan Gillmor's Open your mind principles. Read the review from CNN, the liberal side, and then examiners from the conservative side on the same news, and make our own judgment. In this way, we won't be easily misled by information from media. I hope after watching this video, you can be more comfortable dealing with information overload we are facing. Thanks.